Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Is it afternoon? Sorry, good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's a few minutes past 11. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Please let me know in the comment section if you can hear me, please. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Please let me know in the comment section if you can hear me. I will appreciate you for that. My audio is active, but I need to have this confirmation from you so that we can proceed. Okay, thank you so much. Good morning, good morning, good morning, sister. Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Driving School Tutorial. My name is Frank. So today I welcome you to today's episode of Quiz Patent B. We are going to be looking at questions under this topic, responsabilità civile, penale e amministrativa. So today we'll be seeing some questions under this topic I just mentioned. But please do me a favor, if you are having anything you don't understand, any question to ask, do not hesitate to ask your question, because I'm here with you in the comment section to listen to or to read every question that you might have to ask, or something you don't understand. So please, it is very important. Okay, so normally, we normally do this class around 1 o'clock. And I've been trying to make sure that I'm punctual, in that 1 o'clock. But today it happens to be this time due to some personal activities. And please bear with me. It might always be like this. Maybe if I'm not able to maintain 1 o'clock, I will just, as usual, I will let us know, as I also did some days ago, letting us know through our platform that today's class is going to be by this time. So without wasting time, let me show the first question with us so that we can proceed for today's quiz. The first question is this that we are having here. It said, la responsabilità civile connessa a sinistro stradale si limita al risarcimento dei danni alle solo cose. Please, what do you think is the answer to this question? Vero or falso? Please be precise by responding, maybe number one, vero, number one, falso, thereabout. You understand? So what is our response to this question? And as we are also responding to this question, please do me a favor by kindly liking and sharing this video in order to also encourage me. I appreciate you for that. So what is our response to this question? If you don't know it, please, in the comment section, just let me know by writing maybe no idea, you understand? Or by just trying your luck. He said, la responsabilità civile connessa a sinistra stradale si limita al risarcimento dei danni alle solo cose. Okay, so there's not much time to waste. Some of us responded falso, while some of us are not responding at all. Okay, the question is saying that the civil liability connected to road accident is limited to a payback of damages only to things. Now, it is obligatory that before you can circulate with your vehicle in a public road, that vehicle must be insured. So you must make sure you do a type of insurance that they called, sometimes you hear it in your quiz, RCA, which is responsabilità civile auto. This is it. This is the type of insurance that it is obligatory for every moving vehicle, every motor vehicle to make sure they do. And what is this insurance all about? By the time you go to your insurance company and you tell them that you want to do this type of insurance, so they're going to, ask you a few questions. You provide the document, the carta di circolazione of the vehicle, which is the registered document. And, at the end of the day, they will do the insurance for you. But what does this mean? It means that whenever, maybe, for example, accident happens. So in a situation like this, so look at this yellow vehicle, where should I call it the red vehicle or the orange color vehicle hit the vehicle from the back. In this kind of situation, somebody needs to pay, because you cannot, if, for example, it is the yellow vehicle, the orange color vehicle or the red color vehicle is the one at fault, it means that the yellow vehicle need to be, to be paid for the damages that the red vehicle has caused. Therefore, that is where the insurance that you did come in, because this insurance, what is it, or what is it all about? Here it said, la responsabilità civile auto copre tutti i danni causati a terzi durante la circolazione dei veicoli. Cioè, that is to say, this civil liability insurance cover the damages caused to the third party during a circulation. You understand? And this includes danni materiali alle cose, which is property damages. So these damages has to do with properties. You understand? For example, if you are having, let's assume this type of vehicle now, and is having maybe one valuable goods that is at the back of this vehicle. And this goods maybe is so expensive. And at the end of the day, due to this, through this accident, that, valuable goods got damaged. This driver of this vehicle, which is his insurance, we not only pay for this vehicle, but we also pay for that thing. You understand? So that is why he said, alle cose. You understand? So, danni materiali, which is alle cose. Property damages, which is to properties. You understand? And if, apart from even that one, let's even assume that these damages that this person caused is not to this vehicle. Let's assume the driver of this vehicle mistakenly go and hit somebody's fence and destroy the fence. The driver of the vehicle will pay for it. You understand? So it is not only for, vehicle, but also for things. And not only there, also it's a danni fisici, which is alle persone. Let's assume somebody is inside a car, inside this car. And when this thing happened, the person maybe sustained some injuries, maybe in his or her neck, any part of his or her body. This driver of this vehicle will also have to pay for that person. You understand? So at the end of the day, you can see now that it is not only for things, but take note, there is something, and please, that is why I always advise us, whenever you are inside a car, whether you are sitting at the back of the car or at the front of the car, please always remember it is obligatory to wear seat belts in all parts of the car. But it happens that most times the police people, they don't normally disturb people at the back of the car. But if accident happen and you are not putting on your seat belt at the back of the car, this might result insurance company not paying you. You understand? I'm talking about the passenger now, because you as a passenger, the insurance also cover you. You understand? So it is very important that you wear your seatbelt. Then that is that. Now take note, who is excluded from this insurance that you did? The person that is excluded, which is the person that is not going to be paid, maybe in this kind of situation, is here is sono esclusi dalla copertura I danni al veicolo del responsabile. Now, in this case now, let us pretend we don't even know who is responsible. It could be the driver of the vehicle, that is the yellow one that maybe was coming in reverse, which everything is possible. Or it could be that it is the one that at the back that, maybe he or she refused to maintain the safety distance or pay attention to the situation of things. So any one of them that is at fault, that person's vehicle will not be paid for. You understand? It will not be paid for. It will not be compensated. You understand? So that is what they are letting us know here, that sono esclusi dalla copertura I danni al veicolo del responsabile. The person that is responsible, his vehicle will not be paid for. And le lesioni al conducente responsabile, a meno che non abbia anche la polizza aggiuntiva infortuni del conducente. Take note, the driver of this vehicle that is at fault will not, be compensated. So the driver, sorry about that, please. The driver of the vehicle that is at fault will not be compensated unless, and this is where you need to pay attention while doing your insurance or while doing insurance for your vehicle. Because some companies, they will ask you, this is what we have in this package. There is the possibility to include you in case of maybe anything happen, so that you can also be paid. And in this case, you are going to add 50 euros. You are going to add 100 euros, 20 euros, thereabout. You understand? Sometimes, in order for us not to pay more money, we just say no. But take note of this. If you say no, should anything happen, responsabilità civile normale, which is the normal responsabilità civile insurance, is not covering the person at fault, which means if you are driving a vehicle and you are the one at fault, anything happen to you, insurance will not pay you. Insurance will only pay the other person. That is why they call it, look at it here, I danni subito, ecco, a terzi. Look at it here. The third parties. So not you understand? Not you, the third party, the other person, you understand? So unless while you are doing this insurance, you tell the insurance company that you also want to be covered, you understand? In that case, the insurance company will include your own to it in a way that should anything happen, even though you are the one at fault or you are the one not at fault, the insurance will pay you and also pay the other things that are damaged. So you could see now that it is not true that the civil liability insurance only cover things. You understand? So the answer is false. It also cover the person. You understand? that is a victim of the damages. You understand? So that is it. The answer is falso. So let's move to the question number 2. Sometimes most of all these questions, it would have been better to just say vero or falso. But sometimes why I go deep in the explanations is because these are things that we don't only need them to pass our exams. We need them also after passing our exams to be able to know what to do so that we don't fall victims of, hey, I died, no, all those kind of things. That is why most times all these things I try to be profound in the explanations of the questions rather than just going to tell you is vero or falso. It's easy to just do so, you understand? It will save us time, but I think it's profitable to to go deep in some of the explanations. So that is why you also sometimes you need to be patient and listen carefully so that we can learn together. Okay, so that is it. The question number 2, he said, la responsabilità penale connessa a sinistro stradale sorge qualora esso provochi lesioni gravi a persone. Is it true or false? Vero o falso? La responsabilità penale connessa a sinistro stradale sorge qualora esso provochi lesioni gravi a persone. Vero or falso? True or false? What is our response to this question? Question number 2. La responsabilità penale connessa a sinistro stradale sorge qualora esso provochi lesioni gravi a persone. Okay, as usual, without wasting time, he said, la responsabilità penale connessa a sinistro stradale sorge qualora esso provochi lesioni gravi a persone, which is the penal liability of a road accident arises when that person provoke serious injury to another person. You understand? It is true because let's take the example of some situations that I was reading something about my country yesterday, where I think so many of us are familiar with this news, where this Dangote trailer, hit I think Auchi Polytechnic gear, something like that, all those kind of things. In that case, that is penalty. You understand? That is penalty because the driver of the vehicle ended up giving that lady a serious injury. So that is nothing to be negotiated. It is penalty. And according to also ahead, that even the driver is not having a license also. So, for example, if, for example, there is a law that said don't drive without a license, that if you drive without a license, the penalty is, let me say, for example, 5 years or 10 years imprisonment. I'm just making an instance. That is one. Then the other one says, don't cause injury to somebody. If you cause injury to somebody, then the penalty is 20 years or 10 years or 5 years imprisonment. So in a situation like that, in that example that I made, everything will be added together, and that the driver of that vehicle will be sentenced. You understand? So that is why it is true that the penal liability in road accident arises if the driver of the vehicle provoked a serious injury to another person, and the answer is vero. La responsabilità penale connessa a sinistro stradale sorge qualora esso provochi lesioni gravi a persone. The answer is vero. Let us quickly move to question number 3. Question number 3, it said, chi è penalmente e civilmente responsabile di un sinistro stradale qualora abbia violato norme del codice della strada e anche soggetto alle relative sanzioni? What is our response to this question number 3? So, chi è penalmente e civilmente responsabile di un sinistro stradale qualora abbia violato norme del codice della strada e anche soggetto alle relative sanzioni? What is our response to question number 3? Please try to get all the questions correctly today, please. Although they are not much, but we are going to try to do them in a way, even though they are not much, but we'll learn a lot. Okay, so question number 3. He said, chi è penalmente e civilmente responsabile di un sinistro stradale qualora abbia violato norme del codice della strada e anche soggetto alle relative sanzioni? Okay, so we all responded vero. Yes, we responded vero. Please don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, invite somebody to join. I appreciate you as you do so, because it's also a way for you to encourage me, and I so much appreciate you for that. Okay, he said, chi è penalmente e civilmente responsabile di un sinistro stradale? I want you to pause there. What is penalmente e civilmente responsabile di un sinistro stradale? What is the question talking about? That is what we need to understand first, because there are numbers of questions that are starting like this. If you are able to understand what this place is saying and who are they referring to, you'll be able to answer numbers of questions correctly. You understand? Even though you have never heard about them before. Now, today we are going to digest them little by little. Now, in the first case, what are the liabilities of a driver? You as a driver, what are the liabilities that you have, as a driver who is driving, on the road? Now, remember, they told us that chiunque circoli con un veicolo in conseguenza del proprio comportamento di guida è assoggettato a delle responsabilità, which is civile, penale, e amministrativa. Which means anybody that is driving a vehicle as a consequence of that person's behavior, the person is subjected to some responsibilities, which are 1, civil responsibility, 2, penal responsibility, 3, administrative responsibility. Now, we are going to look into them one after the other, because we have just mentioned 3. We are going to start with the civil responsibility. Here is responsabilità civile stradale è l'obbligo giuridico che ha una persona di risarcire i danni causati a terzi quando utilizza un veicolo su strada. That is to say, this civil responsibility, when you talk about, for example, now you hear this question, you are doing quiz, you hear chi è penalmente e civilmente. That is, chi è civilmente responsabile di un sinistro stradale. So, who is that person that they are talking about? So, the person that they are talking about that is civilly responsible or liable to road accident is that person that is obliged to pay back damages. And that is where the law oblige us to do a type of insurance that cover this liability. And that is why you hear Salvini, even the other day, the other time, talking about bicycle people and especially monopath, you know, to be insured. Because all these things, for example, if you are moving, maybe you are walking. I think I saw a video where somebody with monopath, you know, hit a baby, you know, inside the carrier. So who will pay for that damages? Who will pay? Maybe if you hold that person responsible, maybe if you look into that person's account, the errand that person was even going, it might even be an errand of 6 euros, 7 euros, 20 euros, 30 euros. Can this, you know, be enough to pay for the damages that this person caused? No. So that is why they said for any vehicle to circulate, you know, on a road, it must be insured. There must be this type of insurance that can cover, you know, any civil liabilities. And this happens to be maybe damages that is caused to things. For example, this accident that happened here now, let's assume that it was this handsome man and this beautiful girl here that was crossing the road, and this man decided to stop for them to cross, and suddenly this man, you know, just came and boom, you understand, something like that. Then who will pay for the, because you can't tell me, I'm sorry, I'm trying to do the right thing to stop for a pedestrian to cross and you just come without paying attention, you know, all those kind of things. Somebody need to pay for something, you understand? That is where the civil responsibility or liability comes in. And this, in this kind of situation, it is called responsabilità civile, you understand? Because why is it civile? Because you have damaged things. Remember, crime is not involved yet. Things are damaged, you understand? Therefore, somebody need to pay money, you understand? Things are damaged, somebody need to pay money. In that case, responsabilità civile. Then the next question could be, what is responsabilità penale stradale? As in, what is that penal liability or responsibility? You understand? Here, se la responsabilità penale stradale riguarda le conseguenze penali, reati che può avere una persona quando guidando un veicolo viola il codice della strada in modo così grave da costituire un reato previsto dalle leggi, which is this penal liability or responsibility is a let me say, you know, the consequences of criminal consequences, or let me say, offense or crime that somebody commits while driving on a public road. You understand? So this person commits a crime while driving in a public road. Now, in this, for example, this situation here, let's assume that the driver of this vehicle was drunk. The driver of this vehicle was drunk. And at the end of the day, the policeman carried out a alcohol test. And if he realized that this man was driving under the influence of something, in that case, this person has committed a crime, because it is a crime to drunk and drive. Or let's assume that this person was driving without a driver's license. In that case, this person has committed a crime. So it means that the person did not just commit, civil liability, but he also committed a crime. He hit the person's vehicle, civil liability, but he also, commit a crime, which is not driving with a driver's license, or not respecting the rules that command you not to drunk and drive. In that case, this person is liable to a penal responsibility, which is responsabilità penale. So whenever you hear responsabilità penale, it means that penalty is involved, a crime is being committed. You understand? Penalty is involved, a crime is committed. So in this case, it is considered as responsabilità penale. You understand? So the next question would be, because remember we named three of them: responsabilità civile, penale, and amministrativa. Now, the next one is, what is responsabilità amministrativa stradale? Now, this responsabilità amministrativa stradale, here it said, la responsabilità amministrativa stradale riguarda le sanzioni amministrative che vengono applicate quando un conducente viola le norme del codice della strada, ma il fatto non rappresenta un reato penale. So when a road victim, when a road user commits a road infringement which is not under the penal code, in that case it is called administrative liability. It is called administrative liability. Now, for example, we saw this kind of situation before. Let's assume that during this situation where the driver of this vehicle hit this vehicle, now the police came and they carry out these tests and discovered that this person was drunk. So remember, the person committed civil liability, he committed penal liability, and now they also discovered that this person was even driving without a seatbelt. And what is this now called? In this case, because the person was driving without the seatbelt, it is known as responsabilità amministrativa stradale, or responsabilità amministrativa, which is the person committed this infringement that is under the administrative liability, which says you must drive with seatbelt. Is it a crime to drive without seatbelt? No, it is not a crime, but it is infringement of the road code, which obliges you to drive with seatbelt. You understand? So in this case, this person has committed three different types of offense, which is, one is the civil liability, two is the administrative liability, three is the penal liability. You understand? Now, having explained all this, what does this have to do with our question? So remember, our question says that, before we go to our question, so that we can get it correctly, this person now, if let's go to our question before we come back here, so that we can get it correctly. Now, our question says, it said, chi è penalmente e civilmente responsabile di un sinistro stradale, which is whosoever that is penally and civilly responsible for a road accident. Qualora abbia violato norme del codice della strada, at that time whereby the person violated the road code, è anche soggetto alle relative sanzioni. It is also subjected to the relative sanctions. So let us come here now and see what is going to happen. If the judge is going to pass judgment on this driver here, what is going to happen? So if the judge is going to pass judgment on this driver, because the guy was involved in civil liability or responsibility by hitting somebody's vehicle, in that case, it will pay for the damages. Now, the person, remember, they carried out a alcohol test and it was positive. That is to say, he drove while he was drunk. In that case, he risked to be arrested. Remember, I said he risked to be arrested because it is not all situation where somebody drunk and drive that he can be arrested, depending on the situation and depending on the level of the percentage of the alcohol in the person's blood system. Now, these are, two. Then the next one is responsabilità amministrativa stradale. Now, remember, during this time, they also checked this person and the person was driving without a seatbelt. Now, remember, when you drive without a seatbelt, 5 points will be deducted from your license, which is they are going to remove 5 points from your license. A fine ranging from 83 to 332 euros will be given. You understand? Then, if the violation is repeated at least twice in 2 years, your license will also be suspended for 15 days to 2 months. So this person now, they are going to, he's going to face this whole of these 3 punishments. You understand? No one will be excluded. They will not say, because he has paid back the damages, let us not take point from his license. Or because he is risking to be arrested, in that case, no, they will not, no compensation at all. Take note, if this person is a nil patentati, it becomes worse because the license, will be, the deduction of the points from the license will be double. You understand? So in that case, considering the question that was asked, I think we are in question number 3, which says, chi è penalmente e civilmente responsabile di un sinistro stradale qualora abbia violato norme del codice della strada e anche soggetto alle relative sanzioni, which is vero. It is true. Anybody that is liable to penal civil liability will also be punished by the road code that he or she violated. That is it. It will be sanctioned with those codes, you understand? Just like in the case of not wearing seatbelt or not respecting the safety distance or not giving right of precedence, all those are, administrativa, you understand? So that is it. The answer is vero. As I said, I'm trying to explain some of these questions, profoundly, because like this responsabilità civile, I think we are going to do it for some time, to stay on this topic, to answer some questions from here for some time. This is because there are so many questions here that I believe we need to understand. So explaining these ones in details will help me next time to go faster, because some things are already well explained. So that is why you must be patient. And as I said, please, if you are interested to join our Zoom class, if you are not yet, our Zoom member, you are free to join us. Take note, you have 2 days of free classes, and you can reach out to me through this number here, 388-643-15 4. So you can do that at your convenient time. Thank you as you do so. Okay, so the next question here is question number 4. Question number 4 said, chi è penalmente e civilmente responsabile di un sinistro stradale è tenuto a risarcimento dei danni? That is to say, whosoever, no, let me not explain. Let us answer the question first before I explain. So what is our response to this question number 4? Chi è penalmente e civilmente responsabile di un sinistro stradale è tenuto a risarcimento dei danni? Remember what we just explained. So what is our response to this question? Vero o falso? Chi è penalmente e civilmente responsabile di un sinistro stradale è tenuto a risarcimento dei danni. Vero o falso? Chi è penalmente e civilmente responsabile di un sinistro stradale è tenuto a risarcimento dei danni. Vero o falso? Okay. No time to waste. Here is still talking about somebody that is penally and civilly involved in road accident. Remember, when we talked about the punishment that was given to this person, we said the person will have to pay back damages. Why? Because civil responsibility. He damaged somebody's vehicle, he damaged property, he damaged things. Then he will have to pay back all those things, injuries, everything he will have to pay back. You understand? So it is true that anybody that is, what you need to pay attention with in the question is here. Chi è penalmente e civilmente. You understand? So as long as it's civilmente, risarcimento means to pay back. So as long as it's civilmente, then you need to risarcire, which is you need to pay back the damages. And the answer is vero. Chi è penalmente e civilmente responsabile di un sinistro stradale è tenuto a risarcimento dei danni. The answer is vero. Let us look at question number 5. Guys, this question number 5 is going to be our last question for today. As I said, next time we are going to continue from where we stop, because today I need to leave for an appointment. So that is it. And after this question, we are going to call it a day. So it said, chi è penalmente e civilmente responsabile di un sinistro stradale è sempre soggetto all'arresto preventivo. What is our response to this question number 5? Chi è penalmente e civilmente responsabile di un sinistro stradale è sempre soggetto all'arresto preventivo. Is it true or false? chi è penalmente e civilmente responsabile di un sinistro stradale è sempre soggetto all'arresto preventivo. Okay, guys, before we go ahead to explain this one and see the answer to this question, please don't forget, if you have not liked this video, just do, and remember to share it with somebody. So as you do so, you are also encouraging me, and I appreciate you for that. So the question said, chi è penalmente e civilmente responsabile di un sinistro stradale? Remember, penalmente means, yes, penal case is involved. Civilmente means civil case is involved. But the question said, è sempre soggetto all'arresto preventivo. What is arresto preventivo? Arresto preventivo means maybe to prevent something from being somebody from being arrested. For example, yes, to prevent somebody from being arrested. But it is not true, because don't forget that even though this person in this case we saw before, even though this person committed penal liability, look at what we wrote here. We said a risk to be arrested. He risked to be arrested, because whether this person is going to be arrested or not depends on the volume of or the quantity of alcohol that is in his blood. So that is just example. So it is not true that whenever somebody is responsible for, let me say, penal liability in road accident, is that person will always be arrested or can be prevented from being arrested. No, it is not true. It depends on the situation. You understand? It depends on the situation, because as we said, if the volume of percent of alcohol request that maybe his license need to be suspended, the person will be suspended. His license will be suspended. But it's different from a situation whereby, just like the example I made of the Dangote trailer driver, allegedly that is a Dangote trailer driver. I don't have the proof for that if it is, but allegedly. So if it is true that the guy was the one at fault in that kind of situation, as I don't know the word to use, as horror as that situation is, in that case, that person must be arrested. There is no two ways about it. You understand? If it's found guilty. So it is not true that when somebody is penally and civilly responsible for a road accident, that person is always subjected to preventive arrest or arresto preventivo. So the answer is falso. Chi è penalmente e civilmente responsabile di un sinistro stradale è sempre soggetto all'arresto preventivo. So the answer is falso. In the comment section, please, I don't know if we have questions to ask. So you can quickly do so in the comment section. Any question? As I said, today we are going to leave it for here for today, so that next Saturday we are going to continue from here. And as I told us, I will pay more attention in this topic for some time, maybe to be able to answer so many questions. And it's going to specifically be for this topic, so that in case you also want to review them, you can also do that. Thank you so much, sister. Thank you, my brother. So I don't think we have any question because I'm still waiting to see if there is any question in the comment section. We don't have any question, but please, this is what I will quickly want to tell us. For those of us who might maybe this is your first time, or you are just starting to learn this driving whole thing newly, please, it is not advisable for you to be doing random quiz. Do quiz in topics where you have started learning from. And for those of us who are finding challenges. Maybe you are finding it difficult to climb. Maybe your errors is always 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 4. Figure out the topics where you are finding some challenges. Pay your attention to that particular topic, because there are some topics that whenever questions come out from there, you always find it difficult. Pay attention to those topics. Even now that I'm asking any question, please, in a situation like this, yes, you can bring it from your phone. I have so question, you type it. If you can't even type it, if you let me know, I can send you the Zoom link. Bring you in. You ask your question. You ask your question, and we answer them. You understand? So try to ask questions. Be curious to know, why did you fail it? Why is it like this? It will help you to pass it. So, guys, this is where we are going to leave it for today. I appreciate you for your time. Thank you so much for liking and sharing this video. Hope to see you some other time so that we'll continue from where we stop. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.